Hey everybody, it's Eric, 80s Horror Man here, and welcome to my end of month haul for the month of April. Sorry it took so long for me to get this video going. I was waiting for a certain item to arrive that I ordered back in April, and I ended up getting it today in the mail. And so I'll be showing that off. You're also going to see one shirt, one autograph, and mostly Blu-rays. No DVDs in this haul. And for people who's into horror movies and stuff, you all probably know we end up losing our very first final girl that ended up passing away here at Law Park, Lincoln, from part 7 of Friday the 13th, who's known for playing Tina. So she's actually like one of the first final girls to actually pass away, because we end up losing like Betsy Palmer playing Mrs. Voorhees, Richard Brooker who played Jason from part 3. Well, now we actually lost our very first final girl, and for those of you who met Laura at a convention or got her autograph and everything, yeah, she will definitely be missed and remembered and loved by her fans and our horror community. So Laura, rest in peace. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started with the haul. First, the shirt I ended up picking up. I ended up buying this shirt over at Spencer's, and I know that Fright Rags had this shirt and I wanted to get it, but I never did. But thank God Spencer's had the same exact shirt that Fright Rags had, so I had to get it. And that's a shirt for the Evil Dead. So this shirt is like the art for it when it was celebrating its 40th anniversary of the Evil Dead. So I finally now have the first one to add to my shirt collection. So now I got all the Evil Dead shirts in my collection. Next, the autograph I ended up getting. If you remember seeing me posting it on the Facebook last month, not last month, but 2 months ago, saying that my good friend PJ ended up getting this autograph for me of the former wrestlers I grew up watching on TV, and I didn't get the autograph back in March because she was like hanging on to it, hoping that she'll be able to go to other conventions and get more autographs for me. That way she wouldn't have to mail just that one particular photo. But she's not going to be going to another convention again somewhere until almost at the end of the summertime. So she figured she's had to mail this one to me. And the autograph I'm talking about, if you see my post on Facebook, is the autograph of former wrestlers Axe and Smash of Demolition. And they end up hanging on to the WWF Tag Team titles for 478 days. So if you're familiar with this tag team from wrestling, so just let me know if you are. Okay, next, let's go on to the Blu-rays that I end up getting. Now, some of these Blu-rays that did not have like a single Blu-ray release. Some of them actually had like a 4K Blu-ray combo, and I had no choice but to get them, because I wish they had this a Blu-ray release on its own, but they didn't. So the first one I ended up getting, my girlfriend and I went to go see this movie in theaters like last year, and I thought it was actually good. I ended up enjoying it, and I thought some parts were real funny in it, and that's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So yes, this is a sequel to the other two Sonic movies, because I remember playing the games for it on Sega Genesis a long time ago when I was a kid. But now I got this game on PS2. I ended up buying it back in my early teens or in my early 20s, called Sonic Mega Collection Plus, where it's got all the Sonic the Hedgehog games that they had for Sega Genesis and Game Gear, and just put it all on a one disc on the PS2 game. So I thought that was actually pretty neat, getting a chance to play some of the games that you've played when you were a kid, but also getting a chance to play the games that you never got a chance to play when you were a kid. So I thought that was pretty cool. But Sonic the Hedgehog 3, not bad of a movie, funny. Next is a movie that was recently in theaters earlier this year, and I thought about seeing it, but I never got a chance to go around to go see it. And this movie is directed by Mel Gibson, and the movie I'm talking about is Flight Risk. Now, Flight Risk, this is Mark Wahlberg's newest movie, where a U.S. Marshal is escorting a prisoner to this charter plane. And you know how charter planes are, they don't carry much people, about maybe 2 or 3 people on there. Well, turns out that someone on that airplane does not turn out who they appear to be. Yeah, so I thought this movie was actually not bad, and I thought Mark Wahlberg did a pretty good job in this one. Next is a movie I ended up getting through the Indiegogo campaign. And when I first saw this movie, I thought this movie was actually different, but it did definitely have some weird, over-the-top kills, if you want to say that. But it had a very interesting cast. Like, you had Tom Arnold, you had Eric Roberts in it, and you even had the guy who directed this movie, Sean C. Phillips, in this movie as well. And the movie I'm talking about is Desert Fiends. So this movie is kind of almost like a mixture of like The Hills Have Eyes kind of a movie, except that their faces are completely different. Like, one of them is kind of like shaped like a pair of balls, one of them is shaped like a dick, one of them is shaped like a woman's lady parts. So they are in the process of doing a second one. So Desert Fiends, I thought this movie was actually interesting. Next, my friend Matt from Union Horror Movies was selling these movies they had on Blu-ray, because he recently upgraded these movies to the 4K Blu-ray combo, and I told him I'd be interested in buying the Blu-ray from him. And that's Galaxy of Terror and Forbidden World. Now, Galaxy of Terror, you got like a very young Sid Haig in this one, and you also have a young Robert Englund in this one, before he was known for playing Freddy in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And Forbidden World, I remember watching this one on YouTube, and I thought this movie was actually not bad. And also, my friend Matt asked me if there was another movie that I was interested in. I asked him if he had this movie, and he said, yep. So he mailed this one to me as well, along with the other two, and that's Dog Soldiers. Now, Dog Soldiers is where you got 6 men in Scotland are being hunted down by werewolves, and now they have to fight to survive against these creatures. So, Dog Soldiers, very good movie, not bad. Next, I end up getting these movies through the Indiegogo campaign. I end up watching these movies on YouTube, and the one I'm talking about is Never Hike Alone, Never Hike Alone 2, which is the Jarvis versus Voorhees edition, and Never Hike in the Snow. So, again, you can watch all these Friday the 13th fan films on YouTube for free. Never Hike in the Snow is a very short one, so ran for about 30 minutes. And then you got Never Hike Alone, which is on for about 50 some minutes. And then you got Never Hike Alone 2, we're being on for like a little over an hour. So I thought these movies were actually not bad, but again, this Jarvis Voorhees edition, it's also numbered, where I got 239 out of 1,000 for this edition of Never Hike Alone 2. And this card's also signed by the director and Tom Matthews as well. So we're very happy to have those. Next, the movie I was waiting to get that I just got in the mail today, that I ordered back in April, and I was waiting for it to arrive, and it finally did. So again, sorry I ended up waiting so long to put this video out, but the movie came in today. My girlfriend and I saw this movie in theaters on Valentine's Day, and that we both definitely enjoyed it, and we thought this movie was actually good. And the movie I'm talking about is Heart Eyes. Now, Heart Eyes, as we got this killer by the name of Heart Eyes going around killing couples on Valentine's Day. And when I first saw this movie, I thought the killer was actually pretty cool, especially with his arsenal of weapons that he had, especially with the arrows being like short to going extended a little bit longer. But there are some funny moments in this movie as well. But I definitely had a good time watching Hard Eyes. So this is definitely one of the movies that I'll be watching on Valentine's Day, because normally I would watch both versions of My Bloody Valentine, the original and the remake. I would watch Valentine, but I got the DVD somewhere. I don't know where it is right now. So hopefully I'll get Valentine on Blu-ray here, but I don't know when. But Hard Eyes, definitely something that I'll be watching on Valentine's Day along with the My Bloody Valentine movies. Next, I end up getting this movie from Peter Anthony, who ended up directing the movie Roseblood. And even though I already have my copy of this movie, but I think I get this movie from his eBay page. And when I got this movie from him, I asked him if he could sign it, and he said sure. And so he did. He said to sign the Blu-ray copy of Roseblood. And as I mentioned, I already have this movie on Blu-ray, where I got Jason Brooks' signature. And there's like a difference with the disc. Like when you open up, that's the manifest edition for the disc. And if you open this one up, it's like a little throwback to the poster art of Part 7, which I thought was actually pretty cool. But Roseblood, definitely a very fun movie to watch, because this movie is like my favorite Friday the 13th fan film of all time. And this movie just keeps getting better and better every time I watch it, and I just enjoy this movie so much. And last for the Blu-rays, this is a 4K Blu-ray combo, and I had this movie on DVD, so it's an upgrade. This movie, I don't think, never actually got like a single Blu-ray release, but thanks to Screen Factory for putting it out. And that's Ghost of Mars, directed by John Carpenter, who's known for directing Halloween, Christine, Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing, and all that. But this movie was done in the early 2000s, and I feel like that this movie is kind of a little bit underrated. Doesn't get a lot of talks or mentions, because you got Ice Cube in this one. You also got Natasha Henstridge, and you got Jason Statham in this one, which is very surprising, seeing Jason Statham doing a horror movie before he got his big breakthrough when he did Transporter movies. So basically, it's about like where you got a squad team trying to escort this prisoner, but they end up coming across these miners. That's like zombies, zombie miners, that plans on wiping out the human race completely off of Mars, because it's their planet, their rules. So Ghost of Mars, this movie is actually not that bad of a movie, and I thought John Carpenter did a good job on directing this one. So Ghost of Mars, definitely check it out if you're a fan of John Carpenter and his movies. Alright guys, so that's it for my haul. What do you guys think? Have you seen any of these movies before? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Did you also like the shirt? Did you like the autograph? Again, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. And again, sorry for putting this video out so late, because that's what I was waiting for. Was the movie Hard Eyes to arrive, and I finally got today. So again, like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for some more videos. Later.